Hi friends, it's your girl Kimchiwarriorprincess here and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing something very different. So instead of my normal fashion videos, I'll be doing a video of me doing my makeup while I'm getting ready for date night and also just talking, so kind of a get to know me introduction to this channel video, just having a chat with you. So if that interests you, be sure to listen along. And also this is a community where I help ladies live their best professional life, mostly through styling outfits and my recommendations of what I would wear to work. So be sure to hit subscribe so you can be part of this community. So I just got done washing my face, that's why I'm a bit blotchy. Also, every product that I can link, I'll link in the description box below because I won't go too in depth about every single product, but I will highlight the ones that I truly love. I want to hit on like a few big topics, like life update things. One, being a newlywed. Two, moving, or if you're in the military, PCSing. So first, let me put on this thingy just to get hair out of the way. Alright. So I like to use this vitamin C to start off with, just, you know, on some darker spots that I may have. And I like to put on top of it this primer that I got from Sephora, and it's really good for like dry skin. I would say I'm very dry, sensitive, maybe slightly combo skin. So this stuff is cool because it like smooths everything out and it smells really good. Also, I absolutely love this sunscreen by Obagi. I personally wouldn't buy this online. I would go to an authorized retailer, which are typically medical spas or plastic surgery centers. They're the only ones who are like authorized to sell the legit versions of these. So don't be fooled by like fake deals online because they're probably fake. I'm just gonna start with some under eye concealer and also like the basics. So like, why is this channel or my Instagram handle called Kimchiwarriorprincess? So that goes back to like, what, 2012 or something, where Instagram first came out. I asked my brother, like, what should my name or username, or at the time I was like screen name, what should it be on this app? And then he's like, you should pick something that is uniquely you. So I was like, okay, kimchi, that's kind of basic, you know, if you're Korean, so I'm half Korean. So I picked kimchi and also warrior princess because Xena was super cool. But also the warrior part comes from, you know, like my career. If you're not already aware, I am active duty in the Air Force and I have been for like 11 years now. Time goes by pretty quick. I picked Kimchiwarriorprincess, and you know the princess part just because obviously this channel, I like girly sort of things. I mean, that's just the fun part. Oh, this is the foundation I'm using. I love this stuff, by the way. So it's the IT Cosmetics CC cream. So this is a brand new box because I felt like on this trip I was gonna run out of this one here. But yeah, this one's awesome. Full coverage. I usually wet this because it kind of like waters it down just a little bit because I don't need full coverage all the time. But if I want that super full coverage, then I'll just do it with a dry sponge too. I know this isn't the most aesthetic way of applying this because I know like on Instagram they do like those swirls and lines and all this beautiful stuff. I'm kind of limited to the products that I brought in my travel bag. We're just gonna make it work. We're going for, or I'm going for a nice, pretty date night look, like a soft glam sort of look. But yeah, so that's what Kimchiwarriorprincess came from. So back to the life update part of this video. I never really did like a formal introduction on this channel because who cares who you are when you have like 45 subscribers. But you know, hey, people, they want to know who's behind whatever. I'm one of those people, I like to know who's behind this video or this content that I'm consuming. I want to know if it's, you know, good for me because I only have so many hours in the day. And for that, thank you for spending your precious time with me. I really appreciate it. My goal really is to, you know, help others and spread positivity because the world can really be a dark place. Speaking of dark places, so obviously we're traveling right now. Huge life move, and I left DC after 5 years. I was at the Pentagon and then I was at the White House Communications Agency. last night was the first time I looked up at the sky and I saw stars in a very long time, because in DC there's no stars. But I really haven't seen stars in such a long time. So a little bit about work. That's why we're leaving DC, is because we finished up at White House Communications. I never really said much about it. I don't really think you should talk a whole lot about the work you do, especially when it's, you know, sensitive like that. Also, I don't like to talk about a job unless if I finished it, because I think it might be like bad luck to jinx what you plan to do. I can't say though like certain things about it, so I'd love to share, you know, my experience about it. So now that it's over, I can be a little bit more open about it. So like some questions, if I were watching this video, would be like, did you work in the White House? What was it like? Did you enjoy it? So answers to that, mostly no. I worked at Joint Base Anacostia Bowling, so Bowling Air Force Base. Yes, I did meet the president. Yes, you see them quite a bit. It's not a political affiliated position, so I was there for both administrations. Such an honor. I absolutely enjoyed it. When it's really good, it's so great, but then like when it's bad, it's like freaking terrible, meaning very stressful. So I don't think I've been in a job before where I've prayed so much. So my prayer life has skyrocketed from being in some stressful situations. But overall, very great experience. Could not be more thankful. So I'm gonna use this lip liner by Revlon. I really like it because it's like kind of like a marker almost. I think it's super cool. So what's next for you, your husband, or whatever? I can say we're moving to California, and my role is going to be, I can't talk while I do this, hold on. We'll come back to lips in a little bit, but yeah, so I can't say that my role is going to be totally different. So in California, I will not be managing any people, any programs really. It's gonna be a different, totally different role, and I'm super excited for it, and I don't want to jinx myself, so I'm not gonna talk about it. So I absolutely love this contour powder by Kevyn Aucoin, and Sephora stopped selling this. Like, this stuff is legit. So part of me is like a little sad about moving just because we made such a great friend group in the DC area. Friends, or like a friend group that clicks, is super rare. And I feel like I've only had that once every 5 or so years, because I remember like in 2011, I was living in Mississippi and had a great party crew of friends. You know, we were like young, early 20s, just graduated college. And then again in 2016, I made a group of girlfriends in San Diego off of Bumble BFF. Let me know if you've ever tried that part of the app. I want to know. Leave a comment if you ever tried BFF and like met someone who was actually like a good friend. That was so much fun. Great group of girlfriends. And then again, this past year in 2021, I met like so many amazing people that it's actually kind of like a bittersweet moving. So yeah, a little bit sad to leave, you know, such great people you work with. Had an excellent church community too. It's a little sad. You hope you'll find that again, but you know, nothing's like guaranteed. Wow, I hope this nose contour comes out right. It's looking a little whack. Let's see if we can salvage it. So thankfully, my 2, or I guess 3 actually, best girlfriends growing up are in Northern California. I'll be able to see them quite a bit, so I'm excited for that. They're all moms. I wonder, does anyone have like one friend that they can tell everything to? Because I think that's so rare. Like, if you're able to just have one friend you can like share everything with, I think you're very lucky. I think most people, they have like separate friends that they have to like segregate different things that they share with their friends just due to like common interests or that kind of thing. It's just rare. I think if you find a friend like that you're incredibly lucky. So like, I like to think that, you know, if you marry someone that they would be that person, but that's like a very heavy burden on one person. So going to that, I did get married this past fall, and such a beautiful wedding. It was just like everything I dreamt of. So I'm gonna be using this Bare Minerals Warmth here. I've been using this for like 15 years. I'm super pasty right now, so it helps give that extra glow. So I'm actually very private when it comes to like relationship stuff. I can say this, that dating is very hard. It's exhausting and it almost felt like a part-time job at a certain point. I think dating in DC was especially hard. Dating in San Diego was really hard too. Like DC had a lot of like successful guys with great careers and stuff, but it was like they were more in love with themselves than, I don't know, than pretty much anything and everything, which is really sad. I mean, yes, you should care about yourself and love yourself, but I mean, when a man like is like that, it's a little cringy. I found that especially if you're a military woman, especially an officer, and you know you gotta move, that like as soon as you mention this on like date number 2 or 3 or something, they kind of, you can feel a shift in energy. So it's really sad. I tested it out where I didn't like mention it till later. You know, it's funny, like the right person finds you. Like my husband found me in real life and not through any sort of online dating or anything like that, which is funny. I wasted my time on those things, but I don't think it's a total waste of time. I think that it helped refine some skills, and I got to actually meet quite a bit of people and also like some friends too. So I absolutely love this eyeshadow palette. I just got it. It's Charlotte Tilbury, and these shades are kind of like peachy. They're mostly peachy shades, and I think that they look good probably on like, I don't know, I feel like it could look good on almost any skin tone. Let me know though what you think, but I absolutely love this. I traded in, I had like 3 half-used eyeshadow palettes in my collection, and I kind of just took them all out and put this in its place. Back to the dating thing, I don't even know where to begin. It's just so awful, and I think it's getting worse and worse, especially for women who are a little bit more traditional, and if you're like, you know, you're looking for that kind of man that's on your level, I feel for you. So what I can say is this: if you have a question about a guy, or even the other way around, if you're a guy, you have a question about a girl, whomever, doesn't matter. If you have to question it, or you're like, I don't know what they're thinking, what are they thinking, why aren't they texting, why? If you have to question it, it's probably not right. That's what I've noticed. And especially if you're the woman, if you have to initiate contact, planning, or any of that the majority of the time, it's likely, like, at least for me, it never worked out. And that's unfortunate, just because I've wasted time, energy, money, everything on that. So dating is super, super rough, I'll say that. When it's the right guy, I hate when people are like, when you know, you'll know, you know, like that's not helpful at all. So for me, it came through personal conviction. Do our morals, do our goals for the future align? Check, yes. Do we genuinely love and care for each other and share the same beliefs? Check. Also, I meditated and prayed about it, and I felt that confirmation that I needed. For me, it worked out. So choosing a spouse is like probably the scariest thing in the world. That's why I like put it off for quite a while. I did notice that things were different and moved easier when it came to my husband. Things flowed in a way that they never flowed before. By the way, I'm using the darkest color on this palette just to rim the eyes a bit. So anyway, it was like almost effortless in a really weird way that has never ever happened in any previous dating, relationship, whatever. It all just fell in line. Our goals for the future, everything, beliefs, they all just match up. There's no like perfect relationship or anything, but I can say that the struggle's not there when it's right. Also, one thing, I lived alone for 10 years, and I don't recommend doing that if I can go back in time. I mean, there was a break where I lived with my brother and my sister-in-law, but that was pretty short. And I think like having to adjust from living alone to living with your husband is a little bit of a shift. I learned a lot about men in general, and also relationship-wise. I feel like we're learning about each other every single day more and more. And sometimes it's kind of interesting where like I can make eye contact with him and he can just know, you know, what I'm thinking or feeling with a micro expression, and vice versa as well. It's like a deepening of a relationship, and it's really cool. It's a cool experience and like a level of intimacy that I don't think you experience in any other relationship. So I'm gonna throw some of this Marc Jacobs eyeliner on, and it's the blacker, like it's like a creamy crayon liner, and it's in the shade called Coffee, so like a nice dark brown. And I've switched to dark brown recently just because it's not as harsh, you know, as black. So let's back up a little bit to like our wedding. We had a fairly short engagement, and we planned, but mostly I planned our wedding, which was it was outside of Charlottesville, Virginia. Beautiful day in September. It was gorgeous outdoor, like kind of on an orchard, and it had a glass roof tent. So I wanted that like aesthetic of dancing under the stars, and we could not have asked for better weather. It was just such a beautiful day. It was just everything that I wanted. I may insert a photo or two here. Otherwise, they're on my Instagram, which you can also check out. But yeah, so planning that was a little stressful because I remember I was in Brussels in Belgium working and like being evaluated for leading that trip while I was like trying to plan 4 months out for this wedding for like 85 people to travel to. And oh my gosh, I was working like 19 hours a day and then trying to like socialize for an hour and a half of the day. And I slept like 4 hours a day for 3 weeks. And I kind of just gave up on trying to plan the wedding during that time. So when I got back in the summer, I had like 100 days to plan our wedding and get everyone there. And it turns out I was able to do that. And I did, my husband did help out quite a bit. I gave him some things that he could help out with, and he did an excellent job. But I like to micromanage, you know, my wedding day, as most ladies probably do. Just because, you know, you dream about it since you're like 12 or whatever. I mean, you have a vision in your head of how it'll go, and it doesn't go as expected. But as long as it's about 80% there, I think you're good. And as long as you get married, that's all that really matters, right? So this is just a basic Revlon pencil, or like a liquid liner that I really do love, and I keep buying this over and over again. I'll also link this too. So I'm gonna go back over with some like dark eyeshadow on the corners. But one thing I can say is I'm glad that I splurged a little bit on the wedding for professional hair and makeup. That is super stressful to get yourself, plus like bridesmaids and then like any mother, ready for the wedding. And like typically I do hair and makeup. Like I've helped friends for their weddings and their bridesmaids, like doing our hair and makeup. But I knew on my day I wanted to relax and be pampered, and it was totally worth it. It was so stress-free, and it was my mom plus like 3 bridesmaids, and that was it. I didn't want any more because, well, the area to get ready in was pretty small, and also I wanted to just keep it not overwhelming with like 12 bridesmaids or that kind of thing. It's just too much at that point. Now I'm just gonna blend with this like third color here. It's like a peachy matte color. So for this I use a fluffier brush. This one's from MAC, but there's some good ones out there. I'll also like link some recommendations too. I remember on my wedding day, my mom already got her hair and makeup done. She's like sitting across from me, staring at me when she's like putting on the fake lashes on me. And my mom was staring like that the whole time, so I was a little worried about what I looked like. It looked great. She was just shocked because I don't normally do all this lash stuff, and I looked like J-Lo almost or something. I loved how my makeup was done. Shout out to Captivating Complexion. She's great if you're in the Virginia area for your wedding. Absolutely glowy and gorgeous the way she did it. So anyway, enough about my wedding. I want to know what your dream wedding's like. Everyone's is so vastly different. It's really interesting to hear like what everyone's you know, dream weddings look like. Are they destination, elopement, low-key? Mine was a little bit more traditional in that sense. Also, my lips have been so dry, so like this is my favorite chapstick that I use. And I actually use it to the very end. Have you ever finished an entire chapstick before losing it? Kind of curious. I feel like that's quite the accomplishment. Alright, so brows are next. Okay, this is a Charlotte Tilbury brow cheat. I think it's a medium brown or something. Yeah, medium brown that I use it in. One side's a pencil and then the other side's a brush. This one's probably the best pencil that I've ever used. So I just like to brush it out first. So I know I do things like in a different order than other beauty blogger people. I'm not really a beauty blogger in that sense. You know, fashion blogger, whatever. I just like to have fun with makeup. If you're still here, by the way, hit that like button just to let me know you're here. And also if you're not subscribed, like, why not? You've stuck with me this long. So please, subscribe to my channel. I'll be so thankful. Also leave a comment and I'll reply. I really do read every comment. Sometimes I get like mean comments too, and sometimes I get like creepy comments. It's kind of, those are kind of, you know, whatever. I actually like to read everyone's because everyone's situation is just so different. I get a lot on girls or ladies are looking for suits to wear for interviews, and I actually like receive Instagram DMs from ladies like, should I wear this? Should I wear that? Which one looks better? And they'll send me pictures and I'll tell them which one's better. And then I actually follow up with them and ask them, hey, did you get the job? Like, I want to know. I think it's really cool that we're able to do that. You know, I microbladed my brows like 2015 and then I touched them up like in 2018 or something. Doesn't last. I don't know what to do. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I know there's another shading style, powder ombre, that I've checked out. It's like so expensive everywhere. So if you know someone anywhere in California, let me know. The ones in DC were like over $500. I don't know if I'm that committed to paying that when I can draw it in like a minute for like, I don't know, $5 or $10. So going back to like work update stuff. Last year I did promote to major. So for my non-military people, that's like a medium grade officer. So you're not low, but you're not high. But it is a big step, I would say, because, you know, like when you're a lieutenant, captain, I actually really enjoyed those years. That was a lot of fun, a lot of learning. I met so many people. I think captain, I felt like I was a captain forever. I always thought captain was like the cool rank because it's like, I don't know, it just seemed very chill to me, and I feel like I felt like it fit me well, but there's a point where it's like, okay, time to move on. I'm very thankful for all of my experiences that I've had. I've been just like so incredibly lucky and blessed. So definitely I've got God looking out for me and on my side. By the way, the brow gel that I used was this Benefit brow gel. This one's a clear one that has turned murky brown from all my pencil that I put in the brows, but this one's a solid option. It is a little on the pricier side, so I'll also link some like more budget options as well. Also, I love this mascara. This is a Fenty mascara. A lot of people ask if my eyelashes are real after I put this on, and I don't do eyelash extensions. I'm not against it. I think anything you can do to enhance how you look and feel, that's cool. Within reason. You don't want to like jeopardize your health just for the sake of that, you know? But I've always had long eyelashes. They're kind of straight though, is the thing, and thin. I wish they were thicker. But I feel like once I start doing it, I'm gonna have to keep doing it. That's how I feel about a lot of like beauty routine stuff. You gotta maintain it. I don't want to start another thing that I have to maintain. Especially like if you have dark hair and you do highlights or balayage, that's expensive. So I'm just gonna limit it to 1 or 2 things that I maintain. So for me, I like to splurge on hair because it frames your whole face. It's the biggest impact sort of thing. I think it's beautiful and it makes me feel really pretty. So for you, I wonder what is it that makes you feel really pretty or put together, or, you know, like if you're a man watching this too, I'm sure there's things that, so by the way, about 20% of my audience are men, the guys watching this, I'm sure there's different things in your routine that you do that make you feel put together. With this mascara, I have to like alternate, like let one side dry and then go back to the other. Also, I know I just talked about living alone and how I wouldn't recommend doing it for like 10 years. At the same time, I wouldn't recommend never doing it. I think it's something so awesome that everyone needs to try once, especially ladies. Like, I mean, I know it's traditional to like move from your parents' house to like your home with your husband, but man, I never ever wanted that for myself. I always envisioned my 20s, I'd be on my own, doing my own thing with my job, my own place, my car, my own money or whatever, and my own friends, and like, I did it all. And then after, you know, actually like 10 years of that after college, 10 years post-college, it's time to move on, you know? Some things have an expiration date. Everyone's is different. I feel like there's no life order or path, and if someone tries to tell you like, you need to do this because I did this and it worked for me. Yes and no. So like, I feel like advice is just advice, especially if you get advice from someone who's not where you want to be or they haven't been where you've been, then it's kind of hard to take. And then it gets trickier when advice is given by someone who loves you, like family. That gets really tricky too. So like, because they have your best interests at heart, usually. They really do because they love you. But like, also they're not you. So it's just really hard. So you really have to like do some self-reflection. Oh, by the way, this blush is by Dior. I absolutely love it, but it's totally broken. So this is how it looks. It's Dior and the shade is called 999 Couture Color. No, that's not the color. It doesn't say the color, it just says 999. It's a really hot pink. Look at how busted this is. It's so sad. But it comes with the brush and I like only need 1 or 2 swipes of it and it's like perfect. I think this color would probably show up on all skin tones. I think it'd be very harsh on very light skin tones. I'm like medium light, so you really only need like a little splash of it. But I think especially if you're like Asian color scheme like myself, it really like helps pop on your face. So I love this stuff. But so going back to like advice and life path, again, there's like no right order, I feel like, for everyone. That it's like, it's not a one size fits all. So, and then like putting time limits on yourself, and I want to be married by 25 and blah blah blah, like can't do that. That's something I learned like a while ago. It's so bizarre. So this is a highlighter by Dior that I'm also going to use and like layer on my cheekbone on top of the blush. And this is called 002 Glitz. I really like it, especially like these 2 colors, the light one and the peachy one. Going back to this whole, I want to be this by age this crap, like you can't do that to yourself. And it's like this weird balance because you need to have some goals. I think everyone needs goals and everyone's goals are so vastly different. You can't really like get down on yourself for not meeting some ambiguous timeline in your head. It's not going to be good for your mental health. That's what I've concluded. So even though I'm mostly dry, I do have like 1 or 2 greasy spots on my face. So I guess that makes me more combo in a sense. This Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder, is awesome. I haven't shade to medium, and I have like, you know, like a light beige sort of skin tone, neutral. I'm like not really pink and not really yellow undertone. I'm like really just neutral. I think because, you know, like half Asian, half white. That's what comes with it. But anyway, I just use this brush with it and just brush it on. So what do you guys want to talk about next? I guess you can go back to like the relationship stuff. But, you know, the timeline thing is so hard. I think if you're not where you want to be, it's okay as long as you're taking steps towards it. Especially like relationships are hard because you only can control 50% of it. So yeah, there have been boyfriends or whatever that I thought, you know, this is the one or whatever. I would say don't get so excited so fast. Wait to see that person's actions before you put so much, I don't know, before you like think that there's the real deal. I'll say that. So I like to go back and contour just a little bit. Places that people don't think about often that can like trick people into thinking that you're thinner than you are. So I grab like a contour brush like this and then put in the contour, and then if you like hunch over like this, like, and then your collarbones stick out, and then you just put it in right there and right there, and maybe like right under it, right there. There you go. Then it looks like you're, I don't know, 5 pounds lighter, something like that. You can also highlight the collarbone. So let me get the highlighter again. You can go here and here. What do you guys do for date night? Like, especially if you're married, what do you guys already do? And do you still dress up, look nice for each other, or is it more casual most of the time? I'm a little curious what other people do. So I'm gonna put some lipstick on. This is by Lip Lab, and the color is called Aprilicious. So Lip Lab is a custom lipstick place. I went to the one in Soho in New York, and I actually made this shade. Like the lady mixed a bunch of colors for me, and I tested them. I wonder if you can see that up close. There you go. So I asked her, I said, I want an everyday brighter berry. Let's see, I'll show you if she delivered or not. Okay, so that's what that looks like. And I'm not gonna do that like dark lip liner look. I think this is just enough for this look. And then I gotta do some hair. Okay, so I gotta plug in this curling iron. Okay, so I didn't wash my hair. So just to kind of lift it up a bit, we're gonna do some dry shampoo. So there's a lot of dry shampoos out there. This one is my favorite, the Living Proof dry shampoo. This one's awesome. And don't judge me for not washing my hair. I knew that we're gonna be getting into a hot tub at some point this evening, so you know, it's like I'm not gonna wash it right before and wash it again right after. So you want to just let that sit for like a minute or a couple minutes. Alright, so I just need to brush this out, and then we can do a little touch-up curling here. So I just sectioned off the top part of my hair here, and yeah, so the future of this channel, let's talk about that. My favorite thing is making this world more beautiful, because I feel like it can use that in all the darkness that goes on, so I want to avoid that and make everything beautiful. I want to just make more outfit inspiration for everyone and just show things that worked for me, so that you don't have to waste your time and you can go out and do the things you were meant to do. So yeah, that's my goal. More workwear, more other outfits for other occasions as well. Also more Amazon outfits, because it's so convenient and so easy, and you know, everyone shops there. Actually, it's, you know, affordable prices that people can actually pay for, because not everyone's starting off, you know, in a corporate job can afford luxury goods, you know. Although it's like at a certain point, you do want to save up for those super great power outfits. It's great to have that sort of luxury item where you know if you wear it, it's gonna be great. You're gonna look so awesome. These sort of videos might be pretty rare unless if you comment and say you like this style of video where I just talk. I feel like it's kind of low effort on my end because I'm just like getting ready and blabbering about all the thoughts in my head. I do want to know if you actually are interested in this again in the future at some point. Maybe when I have more things to update you with, or when I can just share more information, more experience about different things. Also, if you have questions, I can address them in the next version or part 2 of this video too. Also, I've done some like hairstyle videos for work, and some of you guys like that. I may or may not do some future ones. Maybe some short form content, like on my Instagram, I may do that instead. Because I feel like most people who want to do hair, they want to see it in like 10 seconds or less. It seems like people's attention spans have become very short. So my favorite hairspray is called Blow. It's in a pink can, and it's got just the right amount of hold, especially like when you don't want that crunchy feeling. So I'll link that hairspray below. Today I just have this like Chi travel size one. See, I got it at TJ Maxx for $3.99. And yeah, the Blow pink spray though is my favorite. This one's alright, but yeah, the Blow one, really good. I'll link it below. I also use these Paul Mitchell gloss drops. I really like these too. And even when I lived in Mississippi and it was humid, I would straighten my hair and then run the gloss drops through it, and then wait a minute, use the pink spray, and I would just have like Mulan hair pretty much. Silky, even on the most humid days. So that stuff, both of those are awesome. So I'm not sure exactly what hairstyle I'm gonna go for, but I did find my butterfly clips. So that'll be fun. I think I can like do something fun and like sassy at the same time. I think that'll be nice. Also, you can like see my life play out on Instagram at Kimchiwarriorprincess, because I actually post a lot more frequently on Instagram, and you can kind of just see like, day-to-day outfits, a lot of travel stuff, and just like cool stuff. I post a lot on my stories too, just like, neat stuff, boring stuff. Well, another place, something to check out if you're already on there anyway. Why is this one not working out? So I just gotta do this other side. And what do you guys want to talk about? Like, is anyone traveling? What's your favorite place that you've traveled to? Because I've definitely been to a ton of places and I have my favorites, but maybe there's somewhere that I haven't checked out yet that I need to check out. So let me know, like, what's the coolest place you've been to? And what is good about it? What's the good thing to see or eat or do there? I mean, my favorite places I've been, there's so many. I guess out of Europe, I've been to, well, most recently Italy, Belgium. I've been to Italy a couple times, and then Greece, Portugal, Spain, England, France. Out of all those, I like Portugal because the food, the weather, the beaches, the people, and also the price was not too bad. But I feel like everything's getting super expensive everywhere. So things might change, unfortunately. And I feel like people are figuring out or finding out about Portugal being like a hidden gem. It's not really hidden now. But I felt like it was less touristy than a lot of places. And the people were just super nice there too. Their language sounds pretty too. And in Asia, obviously Korea is a ton of fun, so I'm a little biased there. I loved Thailand, especially if you love like spicy food or just like all different kinds of food and like street food. That's like the world's best street food is Thailand. And also beautiful beaches. I went to Koh Samui and Koh Phi Phi. It's a funny name, but beautiful beaches. I think Koh Phi Phi had way bluer water than Koh Samui at that time, but it's been a long time since I've been. Yeah, I mean, I want to know what your travel plans are. Let me know below. Ooh, that would be a fun video, like travel outfits for summertime or even for fall too. Also, I want to know what like your outfit struggles are. I want to help solve your wardrobe issues because I have my wardrobe issues, but they're probably a little different than yours. So another question that may come up is like, why is this military or Air Force girl or lady, whatever, making videos about suits? Don't you guys wear uniforms? And yes and no. So at least the last role I was in, we had to wear suits. So there's certain roles, like even in the military, where you have to wear like business wear, like corporate business wear. And those positions are rare, definitely. And I won't be wearing suits as much, but they've kind of just become like my staple look. I won't be wearing them as much, like, you know, for work or whatever, but I still wear them, like to brunch with girlfriends, just out and about. They're like my favorite. That's kind of where my passion has always lied. I remember my sophomore year at the Air Force Academy, my roommate Whitney was like, can I borrow some clothes or whatever? And she opened my side of the closet and then she's like, why does this scream like business lunch? And that was like 2006 or no, that was 2007. That sort of like style and passion has always been there. So that's just kind of always been my theme. You know, I wasn't always, you know, a YouTuber or a video creator or anything like that. But now that I think about it, I kind of always was, because going back to when I was 8 years old, I had my own puppet show theater and oh wow, these curls came out nice. So anyway, going back to when I was 8 years old, I had my own puppet show theater. You know, Sunday through Thursday, I would spend that whole week preparing a story, creating puppets. Like I actually sewed puppets and stuff. Or I would make some out of like construction paper, different colors and that kind of stuff. I'd make a whole storyline. I'd make the puppets. I'd advertise my show by putting a note on the fridge to my parents and my brother that Friday night at 7 p.m. or whatever after dinner is April's puppet show. So everyone must attend, and I would have it in my room and the three of them would sit there and watch, and I would put on a show and a story for them. And it was just my favorite thing to do, was creating a story and showing them and having different puppets. I sewed different outfits for my Barbies when I was like 8 or 9, and I absolutely loved it. So I've been doing this, I've been in the game for a long time, and when it comes to outfits, that's always been my favorite thing in fashion. And also, oh, I need to finish doing my hair. What am I doing? Got distracted. I did modeling a long time ago. I started a long time ago. I still do it here and there. It's not my main focus at the moment, but if something cool comes up and I have the opportunity, I'm gonna take it. Because I actually love that as well. I did get discouraged, you know, early on, because it's like, I'm only 5'5", and you know, they're all like, you better be 5'7" or 5'8" minimum. And that's not always the case. As long as you've got that right look that they're looking for, it's so ambiguous. I'm just putting the gloss drops through my hair right now. I always loved modeling, and I like to portray a little part of that into my videos. I don't know if you can tell or if you have noticed, but there are some modeling techniques sprinkled throughout, and it's just fun. It's always been a hobby for me. I love modeling and producing stories, and that's what sparked me to create this channel. So I'm gonna clip up a little part with this little butterfly clip. It's sparkly too, it's so cute. I got it from Altered State. Oh yeah, so the puppet show thing went on for like, I don't know, a few years. And then my brother started ruining it, because like, he likes to have all the attention, okay? So like, he doesn't like, you know, if the show is about me. So after I did my puppet show, he would say my turn and then run behind the puppet show theater. He'd have no script, no story. He'd like wing it totally and then grab my puppets or whatever stuffed animals nearby and then throw it out the window of the puppet theater at my parents, and then I'd cry, and it's just awful. These aren't holding it up well enough. I might have to pre-clip it with a bobby pin and then clip it. So I wonder if you're the the one who seeks attention in your family, or do you have a sibling or another family member who has to be the center of attention? I'm perfectly fine not being the center of attention. I'm happier off to the side doing my thing. But yeah, my brother loves attention, and then his love language is words of affirmation. He loves being told how great he is. And he is a great brother, actually. I absolutely love him. So, okay, I'll finally put the clip in. But it's just kind of funny, different personalities, especially among siblings, because it's like, you think you come from the same, you know, DNA or whatever, but it's like totally different. Even like identical twins come out totally different. Okay, I think this is a fun Spice Girl inspired hairdo. I think it's definitely for like a fun date night, not like, you know, super fancy going to the opera date night, but I think it's cute. Let me know what you think of this hairstyle and the makeup too. I wanted something fresh, and I look a little washed out here. It's been fun chatting and hanging out with you. Remember to subscribe, because I really want you to be a part of this community where we just hang out, learn from each other. I want to know your recommendations too. Maybe you have an experience that I haven't dealt with that I can learn from. So I think everyone has their own story, and I want to thank you for sticking around to listen to mine. And I hope to see you in the next video. I have a lot of videos to help you on how you can dress and look your best for work. Be sure to check out that playlist too. Also, you can connect with me on Instagram. Oh wait, I almost forgot. Perfume and jewelry. I'm just gonna throw on these hoops. These are from Anna Louise in New York. I think they're fun. They add a little, just enough pop. And I like that they're oval shaped too, because it's a little bit different than, you know, regular round hoops. So these are the 18 karat plated yellow gold. And also I need a splash of perfume. I might do a perfume video too, but I really like these two. This one smells very fresh. Well, they both smell very fresh. These are good for daytime, but unfortunately that's all I have on me while I'm on the road. And this is the Sur Lanil. This one smells a little bit sweeter and sassier, so I think I'll go with this. This is like a fresh, cool one that, excuse me, is really yummy for daytime, but this is just a little bit like prettier, I would say. So I like to spray just behind my neck, then on the wrist, and then on the other wrist. All right, bye for real.